Hello, guys. Hi. Happy Friday. So, I don't even know if we're going to make it up there. I thought it was a flight because on the schedule, it said they were leaving from the South Lawn. And normally when they say they're leaving from the South Lawn, that means a flight. And then when they put that they're leaving from the South Grounds, a little out of breath because I've been walking a bit. When they put they're leaving from the South Grounds, that means it's going to be a motorcade. So when I saw South Lawn, I thought, oh great, I get to catch a flight. And then I sat here, over my spot waiting. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't see any of the Secret Service on their bikes. I don't see, the foam truck. Nothing like that. What the hell's going on? So I look up at the White House and they pulled the motorcade. I could see the beast. So I thought, oh. So when I tried to drive and go up this way, that police that's down there blocking 17th Street pulled right in front of me to block the street. So I had to go down the road and park and walk. Like, are you kidding me? After the morning I've had? So, let's see if we can... I just passed the White House. Let's see if we can catch it. What a miserable, yucky day. And let me tell you, I was so disappointed because, sitting at that Capitol all that time, for that to happen, I was so freaking frustrated. Still am. But, at least now I know where to be, I think. So, when we get up here, we'll talk a little bit about the buses. So, I'm assuming they're going to leave out of here. This gate. It's always a game up here. There's okay. I think it'll be this gate. So come out the side right over there, and come right over here. Probably go across, or they could really come out here, come out this gate. So, but with the cars being up here more, I'm thinking this is the one. And I really got to get out of here. So, yeah, okay. This is where they all are. I'm like, where the hell is everybody this morning? And they're all here. Okay. All set up and ready. So let's hope it's on time. I gotta really scoot to make it home in time. All right. Go over there, and them all up there. He's moving, so let's see. These are the guys that we need to watch. Okay. So, let's talk real quick about these buses, because I had somebody the other day. All right, they're blocking the roads up there now. Okay. Should be any time. So, I told a guy last week that I would go over it was so much to type, but that I would go over the bus situation in a live. So let's do that. All right, so, okay, where do I begin though? All right, so, the buses appeared in the fall of 2023, so right when Congress was coming back from their summer break, okay? So that was right around the time when they had taken those big military cameras out. Remember those? They had removed those, and they had taken down, it was still a little bit up, like the frame of that big beast fence, but they had taken most of that big beast fence down on the west side. And it was when things had settled down at the Capitol, like when we were seeing so much chaos there for so long. The fences up, fences down, police all the time, and all that stuff, right? So that was when they started appearing. So, and it was the ones on the House side at first. Now, what? I started seeing them, and then I was like, I started seeing the ones on the east side, okay? So on First Street, on the east side of the Capitol, where where I normally used to film a lot when there was a lot of stuff going on. So on the east side. So I noticed them, and I was like, buses are not allowed on this side, So what are these buses for? So I kept my eye on them, and I knew they weren't allowed to be there because they will shoo away. They have the Capitol police officers stand outside on all corners surrounding the Capitol, and they will redirect any bus or van or anything like that. Okay, so nothing is allowed on the east side of the Capitol. Nothing, unless it's a government vehicle. But no buses, no vans, no nothing like that. So, I kept watching them. The only thing was I never saw a driver in the driver's seat. So I'm like, what is going on? But they would be there. It wasn't like they were dropping somebody off and leaving. They were staying for the day, So finally, it was quite a bit later and then I noticed the one around the west side that was parked on the House side. It was backed up in that little spot that I always show you. And I'm like, well, that bus is always here. When those buses are always here. And it took me a while to catch on to that one because buses are allowed to drop people off back on that side. But this one was always backed in, it was always parked, and it stayed. So I was like, okay, so that one's got to be another one. So it took, I don't know how many months until I was driving by and one of the bus drivers was out, inspecting the tires on the bus. So I pulled over right behind him real quick, and I went to talk to him, and I started asking him questions like, are you busing the Congress people in? And he told me that he was not allowed to talk to me about that. So basically at that point, he was telling me, I just picked on it. He had signed an NDA. Obviously, he was doing his job. He had signed an NDA. He was sticking to it. But basically with that, he was telling me that, yeah, okay. So then it's been, a year since that happened? Then these other buses on the Senate side started appearing, okay? 2 on First Street where there's no buses allowed, and then 1 on the back. One on the west side backed in on Senate side, and then another House bus on the west side backed in. So now there's 7 buses. And so I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So once again, I drive by them several times a day when I'm here. You never see a bus driver in the driver's seat. I don't know if they're sitting in the back or something. I really don't know. But I'm not going to go knock on the damn door of the bus. So when I was leaving the other day, I did see a driver in the driver's seat. So, of course, I pull over real quick. I go over to his window, and I asked him the same stuff. Asked him if Congress was being being bussed in. This time, he said yes. And I was like, well, what's going on? And, I've been watching these buses for a long time, and now lately there's, more buses, so why are they being bussed in? And he kind of, shook his head and shrugged his shoulders and kind of gave me this smirk, and I was like, so do you know and you're not allowed to tell me? And he was like, yes, I know, and I'm not allowed to talk to you about it. So, do I know exactly what's going on with those buses? No, I don't. However, clearly there are people being bussed in that Capitol because, when the House is not there, the House side buses are not there, and vice versa. And then when they're all not there, the buses are not there. Okay, so clearly there are people that are being bussed in there on a daily basis. Now, those buses, I think they hold, I'm just going to guess, somewhere around 50 people. Okay? So, are they full? I don't know. But let's just say they hold about 350 people. Is it all of the members? I don't know. But clearly they're bringing in quite a few people on a daily basis there. Okay? So that's why I came in this morning. Because I want to see what the hell is going on. I figured where it was parked, I could watch both sides, where you would pull up and drop people off. And I sat there and watched. I was there for an hour and a half until I saw the two buses pull on the street. And I'm like, how'd they pull that quick one on me? I mean, they did not go up to the building and drop them off. So that's when I got out and I walked up and I kind of waited for a while in the rain to see if the House side buses would come, and they didn't. So I got back in my car, drove around the back, saw that the Senate side bus was around the back, and the House side buses were not there in the back either. So now I think I have a better idea of where I need to park next time. I'm going to get to the bottom of this somehow, because I'm going to tell you, lately, this whole 5 years for me, and I know for a lot of you too, it's been just a mind fuck. And my wheels have been spinning and smoking for a really long time now. And it's really affected my life. It really has lately. That's why I'm so quiet. I'm trying to just get through this shit, because it's been a big mind fuck. Trying to figure everything out. I try to learn the city and keep my eye on everything here and for all the changes. And then I go home and I spend, all the time trying to keep up on everything possible so I know what to look for here, if anything. And then I'm diving into, the truth of our beings, so our spiritual shit. And a lot of truth about things that don't have anything to do with politics. And I'm stressed. I'm really, not doing good lately, to be honest. Because I'm really pissed. I'm very pissed. I'm frustrated, and, I hate what's happened to us. I hate what's continuing to happen to us. And I don't like to use the word hate, but I do. The level of betrayal has been absolutely unbelievable. Absolute in every way, shape, and freaking form. That I just can't even believe it. I cry and my stomach's in perpetual knots. And it's ridiculous. So maybe it's a vendetta for me right now to figure out what's going on with those buses. But I'm going to figure out something. So I'm going to come up here again. I'm going to sneak up here again. I'm not going to announce it because I don't want to be spotted or looked for when I get here. I mean, if you don't think there's certain people following me, And what I'm putting out, wait, yeah, they are. So I don't want to be on the radar. And maybe I will wear my bush costume. I don't know. I'll have to kick that around a little bit. I don't dare wear my Catwoman suit. I'm saving that for something really special because that'll land me in the clinker. But I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to not blow any cover, although I'm tired of the games and I want to know some truth. So I want to know what's going on with those buses. Now, I did see a video that someone took at like 1 a.m. That there were a bunch of cars on the Senate side that came in to vote. And I thought, damn, I wish he would have panned the parking lot so I could have gotten a better idea of how many cars were there, okay? And I wish I could have, now this is just things that I would do because I'm just insane like that. And I've learned what to look for. But I also wish he would have looked at like their windshield on their dash to see like the Congress plate. So I could get an idea of how many cars that were there because I don't think everybody's being bussed in. Do you see what I'm saying with the number of buses? And I would have liked to have known if those buses were there on this morning as well. So, anyhow. It is my goal to figure that out. And I will do it again soon. Because this morning was very frustrating. Are you kidding me? And parking all around the Capitol is like prohibited area. So I'm always parked somewhere I'm not supposed to be. And there's no like good public parking for what I'm doing. So I need to be a little bit sneaky about stuff. So anyhow, it's such a crazy situation. And, I see a lot of blackmailing going on, and I see a lot of people losing faith with some of the nominees and or appointees or whatever you call them. Are they moving to get into place? Come on, because I gotta go. So keep your faith. Okay, keep your faith. Please keep your faith. Because we don't understand how this all works and what's being done. And who's being used to pull this off. We know that some of them look up. We know that. But there's a reason for it. So, I know a lot of people are losing faith and jumping ship, and I'm not going to do that. Me personally, because I've been here. I've seen it. I know what the hell's going on here. So, I just had no idea it would take this long. I had no idea. And I'm barely hanging on, guys, but I am. Sometime in the future, I'm going to take a long time to just chill and let my mind and my heart declutter. Because it's, oh my gosh, it's crazy in both. So, can somebody do me a huge favor and drop the time, please? Because my other phone's in the car. But God love him, I know he's often held up, okay? Not late. He's not tardy. He's held up. But if that's the case, I can't wait for it because she's got an appointment at 1. It's gonna take hour and 15 minutes to get home and get her. So I can't wait. It's 11:05. Okay, I'll give it one more minute. For like 5 minutes. I got like 5 minutes. I still got to get back to my car. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. And, you know, it's funny because I'll tell you, I put together a TikTok a while back. I guess it's been a couple of months ago when Elon and Charlie Kirk had first put out something about the PPP fraud, okay? I put together a TikTok on that because I have stuff from the Department of Labor. And for some reason, I put it in my drafts, and I got the nudge to just stick it in there and leave it, like not put it out yet. Well, now, the past few days, look at all the unemployment fraud that they've exposed. Enormous amounts of unemployment fraud. So I'm going to go back and kind of edit that TikTok and add that into it because that's all the Department of Labor. And they were doing something at the Department of Labor one day. It was big. Whatever they were doing, it was big. Because they had that building very well secured and surrounded for whatever was going on inside of that building. So that's why I say I would bet to think that most of this has happened a long time ago. So I'm going to put something together for that and get that out. Oh, come on, guys. Shoot, I would hate to, like, not be able to catch it. Anyhow, hang on. Everything's going to work its way out. And it's going to be for the best for everyone. I know it's driving us crazy because we've been in this for a really long time, but, you know, sometimes I sit and I think, like, and I can't even imagine, I understand my issues and my struggles over the past 5 years with being awake and knowing all of this. But what's it like on the other side? You know, what if I was one of those people that had not woken up, that did not know all of it? How would my life be? Would I be like a mess? Even worse? You know, so I can't imagine how they're feeling. Some of them are acting like complete idiots. I get it. But, you know, it's got to be done for the best for everyone. I mean, look at what they're doing just because of this shit with Elon. I mean, can you imagine the destruction that would happen if they just came out and was like, oh, guess what? You know, this, and this. If they just dropped the mother of all bombs, I don't think there'd be much for our country left, to be honest with you. So, we just gotta, you know, hang on, okay? Yeah, apparently they're heading over to Walter Reed first. And then they'll be heading to Andrews, and then he's out of here. So I'm not going to be able to wait any longer. This sucks. What a frustrating damn day for me. We were supposed to leave at 10:50. All right. Just think of the soldiers and everybody. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we've had the easy part. We've had the easy part. And the children, you know? Good grief. Special place in hell, I'm telling you. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to get the hell out of here. Damn it. Ugh. Alright, yeah. Wish I could see up there by the house. Yeah, they're just standing over there under the thing chit-chatting, so it looks like it's going to be a bit. So I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to have to miss this today, but I got to get out of here. This is a really important doctor appointment for Jalen. My girl is having some serious health issues that we need figured out. So I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. So I love you guys, and I'll be back up here next week, okay? Have a great weekend.